Oh, baby, many moons ago, I had to fight for full custody. And one of the things that I can honestly say was God had my back. And I was like, I got to do this by myself. I was 20, 19, 20, two kids. And it was a lot. And I remember leaving the courthouse after he had said that he wanted blood tests because they made my kids. And I was like, what do you mean these ain't his kids? Like, what? So Judge Joe Brown was my judge because he was the child support judge in Memphis. And I remember I had court with him twice. And I remember leaving the court, and I was just like, what is going on? Why is this man saying he wants full custody? And I was so hurt. And I remember going home, crying. I was praying. I was like, God, I can't let this man take my kids. Like, what? And I remember God was like, do you trust me? I was like, yeah, I trust you, but I can't let this man take my kids. Fast forward, I'm leaving court or something because I had to bring the kids back so they could get their test, their blood work for the DNA stuff. And I'm walking out with them, and this man was like, you look so familiar, what's your name? So I'm talking to him, and he was like, you used to be a candy striper. And I was like, yeah, I worked at St. Jude and blah, blah, blah. So me and him were talking, and he was like, what are you doing down here? So I'm telling him everything, and I was like, this is that, because at this point, I ain't got what I got to lose. And he was like, I'm going to give you some information. And he was like, I'm going to give you some information. And this is some of the things you want to look into. So he was like, look into the logistics of the area. Look into the logistics of this or that, like the crime rate, how many people actually graduated that live at that address, how many people have been to college that live in that address. Like, he had me looking up a lot of different things, but he said these would help you when you go to court, especially since you live in a different area. And I was like, okay, cool. Got all of that stuff together. It was a week before court. I'm still crying. I got friends telling me we can get you to Mexico. We got friends over there. Like, my friends was down. And it was probably the day before. And baby, when I tell you I ain't ate in about 3 days, because when I stress, I don't eat. That's just me. I'm not an eater when I stress. I don't eat, but I sleep. Because I know that's the only time God can really get to me to talk to me is when I'm asleep. So I was just sleeping, depressed. Oh my God, I was so depressed. And I remember waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and sitting outside. And I was like, I gotta go to court in a little while. I'm about to lose my kids. Like, I am crying, boo-hooing. And all I kept on like feeling was God saying, do you not trust me? And I was like, yeah, dude, I trust you, but my boy, court is in a few hours. We ain't need nothing. And he kept on saying, walk by faith, not by sight. Dude, I'm walking by faith, but I got court in about 4 hours. Walking into the courthouse, my stomach was messed up. I had bubble guts, baby. I was sick. And I remember I remember walking in, and this lady said, he might not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Because at that point, I'm like, if the man ain't came, now he ain't coming. And God pulled his big one, baby. We was in court, and I thought I had saw the guy who signed my kid's birth certificate card in the parking lot. So I was like, oh my God. Like, I said, God, I'm about to lose my kids. This can't be real. I'm like, oh my God. And they called my name up, and they were calling the guy who signed my kid's birth certificate name. And I was like, I know he here. I saw his car in the parking lot. He never came in. So they dismissed it. The DNA said that they was his kids. And the judge was like, since he want to play, how much he make? Change their child support. And I remember walking out, sitting in my car, and I was just crying. And the kids were like, you okay, mommy? Because they was like 2 and 1. And I was like, he might not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. I just kept on saying it. And I was like, you did your big one. You did your big one. And this whole time I was stressing. And I just remember I kept on hearing, walk by faith, not by sight. And I was like, all right, man, I got you. You did that. And anytime I feel that my problems are getting bigger than God, I always walk by faith, not by sight. Because he has shown me over and over and over again, no matter how big my problems might seem, in my flesh eyes, he got me. And he make a way. And when I say my boy make a way, my boy he been pulling out some big hitters lately. Like, he been like, I know you went through hell for 15 years, so here's a little razzle-dazzle. Like, his razzle-dazzle, it's been on level 12. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I listened. Like, I'm glad I chilled out. But I can honestly say, praying got me through a lot of situations when it came to the guy who signed my kid's birth certificate. Because, baby, stressed, I was sick. And God was like, I knew he wasn't coming. I still remember that day because I had to use my auntie car to get to court. Like, it was a lot. It was a whole lot. But look at us now. We've been in Atlanta for 20 years.